I feel seasick, son.
You're on dry land,
The boat is bad. Such a short fucking crossing as well. But my God, are we paying?
Come on, rest now. Close your eyes, will you? Take in the fresh air.
No, son. We gotta sort the boat out. And now how much further to Liverpool, boy? Jesus, it's rocking even more now. How many more people can we get on this boat? You can feel the disease. Most of these idiots were sick before they got on. The overcrowding makes it 10 times worse. The stenches. Oh, I want to get off. I would if it weren't for the water. I hate fucking water.
Yeah, in Lincolnshire, feel the land underneath your feet.
Oh, you're having a laugh with me. The fucking boat is reeling. I ain't been further than Mayo before now.
Where in Mayo are you from?
Oh, yeah, little shit. What are you talking about? Hey, yeah, and your ma and the rest of you were all born in Claremorris. Mayo, through and through, not like that bitch you made, Bridget's.
No, no need to talk about my wife like that.
Well, a fucking Leitrim girl she is.
She's from Oldham.
Don't be fucking mad. Where the fuck is that? Nowhere I ever heard on. Leitrim, that's where it is, I suppose. Well, fucking full of themselves, the Leitrim bitches, the cannons.
Bridget's a denizen, not a cannon. And Ma and her dad live right next door to you here.
What? Are they on this ship?
No, they're next door. Look around you. You're in a garden and look, that's your cottage.
That bitch, her ma. She's the cannon. A right old bitch.
I cannot really argue with you there, but John's a fair chap.
John Dennison. Well, he's a Mayo man. Ballantine, I'll be thinking.
What the hell is that, Dar?
Oh, now let that be a lesson to you. You know where that is. It's just a road from Claremorris, where we just come from.
We're in Lincolnshire. Remember, we moved here after we landed at Liverpool.
You're a liar, man. We're in Mayo. Now, why are you saying such rubbish?
What is all this commotion, old man?
Oh. Hello, Ma. I didn't hear you talk. What did I hear you talking to?
Well, I've a surprise for you both. You can come out now. They've stopped arguing.
Hello, Paddy.
What you doing here?
I've come to say goodbye.
Lawrence is off on an adventure, Pa. He's off to America.
Where?
America, I'm off to stay with Uncle Hugh in Boston. Liverpool's shite, Well, you know that. You and Ma couldn't wait to get out of the ship tip. You always said so. You used to say nobody wants us there except the slave driver mill owners. The government offers did nothing for you. You said you did right to come over here for the agriculture. It's what you know.
What you been doing in Liverpool, son? Well, I've never been there before, but I'm on the way now. Now, this fucking boat is as rough as shit. I'm feeling so dizzy, Kath. Don't you feel the rolling?
Pa, we're on dry land. You know where Liverpool is. You were there in 47, remember? We didn't stay long, but even so, you must remember that godforsaken journey we had.
Well, that's what I'm doing now. This fucking rat-infested bucket will be the death of me.
I'm getting on the ship soon, and going to America. You could have chosen to go there if you weren't so scared of the water. You right now are on dry land. You need never cross water again.
I'll be missing you, son. I'm sure Hugh will look after you. He's a good one, isn't he, Jimmy?
What you saying, Ma? What sort of fucking idiot have you raised? He says I'm on dry land now.
I was just saying your brother Hugh is a good one and Lawrence is no idiot, old fool.
Well, that's the bastard who got me on this fucking bucket.
No, that was Hugh, not Lawrence.
He never said what a shithole it is. I said him pretty in Liverpool he is, the bastard. I'll have words with him when we get there.
No, Pa, Hugh is in America now. You waved him off from the Liverpool docks 20-odd years ago.
What you talking about? I keep telling you, I ain't never been to Liverpool. We're on the way now there. And God, I feel so fucking sick. This rock and rolling, well, it'll be the death of me.
Look, Jimmy, look at me. It's Kath. Look, I'm an old fucking woman. See? I'm not your Bonnie Catherine Connolly anymore. We've been in Lincolnshire for 40 fucking years, man.
You're still that fine lass to me. We've got our lives ahead of us. What you talking just fucking rubbish power? We'll sort this out when we get to Liverpool, and I'll give that bastard a piece of my mind.
Old man, don't you remember landing at Liverpool? We were never so glad to be on dry land. That ship was a fucking rat hole. We were mostly still healthy, working as we did for the English landlord, but once the famine kicked in, decided we had to go. We saw way too many people emaciated and at death's door, because life had been rough for them already.
Why, well, you're not wrong there, lass.
What was the name of that ship, Jimmy? You know where half the folks on board died after the storm? 150 souls crammed onto a 20-foot long hold during the storm, like puppies drowned in a sack.
That fucking Londonderry. Well, at least we're up on the deck this one, Kath.
Will you stop with the yarn, man? You're not on a fucking boat. I'm telling Paddy and Lawrence about what it was like coming onto Liverpool and trying to sort yourselves out in the port.
I was trying to help you remember.
Yeah, Da, let her carry on with you. I have to go soon, so I want to hear this before I'm off.
What a sight we were. When we got off that ship, I wish I could remember its name.
There.
Old man, you've no chance of remembering.
Oh, Kath, it was the Londonderry.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Well, that's what this ship is called, too.
Oh, please, how many more times, Jimmy?
Leave him be, Ma. It's of no consequence.
Anyway, we started out all respectable like, but my God, we landed exhausted, distressed and with nothing to call our own. I packed some food, long eaten. And by the rats, if not us, it was winter when we arrived, with only the clothes we were standing in. No room for much else on those buckets, I can tell you. There were some people, they were good people who wanted to help us, but there were so many hoops we had to jump through. We got a cup of soup.
Did you have nowhere to stay?
Stay! Don't be a fucking idiot.
Give him a chance. He won't know what it was like. He was born here, remember? And I was just a babe in your arms back then.
Paddy, no. There was nowhere to stay. We were leaving a desperate situation, but this Liverpool was no promised land. We were not welcomed with open arms. We were unkind. No one gave a shit about us. The queues outside the government office were a hotbed of vice and crime. Everyone was wretched, stinking, cold, half naked, some of them. You could trust no one. That damn queue was a trap, you know. Best not to stick around too long, or you could be snatched up by a pimp or forced to work on some ship bound for Newfoundland or the Americas.
Well, that's what happened to our Lawrence, Kath. He's been forced to go to the Americas. Now, mind they don't work you too hard, son. Why they can't leave you there in Liverpool, I don't know. Although I hear tell it's a shithole. I've never been.
For fuck's sake, Jimmy, just shut up, will you?
Well, then why are you being such a shit to me, Kath?
You can't be messing around now, not with fairies waiting to grasp your crada. Just relax, husband, you're not well. You're out here just to get some calm and fresh air. Now lay back. Better. Your dad's not long for this world. I dare say it's the consumption, but he's getting weaker every day. See, he's sleeping now. There are thousands of us Irish folk. Hardly any of them having the means to get food or shelter. And it was the middle of winter, as I said. You can imagine the suffering that existed, just like the poor crofters in Ireland when their roofs had been removed by the bailiffs. But they never got another place to stay. I heard tell of a family who were struck by a massive rainstorm in the middle of the night, and then a severe frost, and all of them were found frozen solid. Dead, of course, the next morning. It wasn't much better in Liverpool then. Many a young'un sneaking into porches or hallways and pubs and old warehouses just to escape the piercing winds. Of course, they were caught by the peelers and sent to the reformatory ship. God knows what went on that stinking hulk. No wonder there was kids set light to it.
They say that America's the place to be if you're not afraid of the work. They want people there, sure they do. There's opportunity, there's vitality. Hugh's doing very well there, so he says. Perhaps you should have gone west rather than east, Ma.
That journey to Sligo to Liverpool was bad enough. For me and your dad, that was enough. I wish you well, boy. I'm sure the Lord will look after you. If not your Uncle Hugh. Watch it around the drink, though. Your dad's always been cursed with that particular sin. But not me, of course. No vices for me.
It's time for me to head off. I'll take some days to get back, even though I've lived so far. I'll be in touch, Ma. See you, Paddy. Wish you all the best, man. Maybe your Bridget will read my letters to Ma and Da.
See you, man. Farewell. She'll do that.
My boy, careful of what I told you. Watch the liquor and those loose women. I love you.
Ma, you smoke. Ain't that a sin in the eyes of the Lord?
No way, aged. Just a bit of baccy never harmed anyone. Oh, maybe your da. But it was the bogs and mayo that really did for him. The Currys are known for the weakness of their lungs. No one thought to tell me about that before I got in the family way.
Why do people still call us bogmen? Is it to do with Ireland?
Maybe, lad, but more likely to do with the fact that they think we're dirty folk.
But we're not dirty. Well, especially not now. We may be poor, but that's different.
They were the first words I heard from the English in Liverpool, especially when we were stood outside the government offices in streets as full of mud and shit as ever you would find in Ireland. Dirty fucking bog people, they shouted. I suppose the Liverpool people thought we were peasants. I think we were in comparison to them. They were not asked to accept us after all. They had no say in what happened in their city. Lawrence says they're better now than they were when we arrived. Everyone knows that people living there all over the world. So they have to get on with it. It's the work that's not improved. Uncle Hugh says America's much better. There are a ton of us Irish folks over there now and doing very well for themselves.
Studs. We all deserve good roads. Heaven knows we're masters in making them.
But it was the city that caused that. They refused to make better roads down by the docks. Only the rich folk out of town had proper roads.
Well, what did they expect? No one would have been able to make those streets any better.
Liverpool's bounty, they told us. Get on the boats and come to England, they said. Ireland was finished, or so they said, except for the idle classes.
What's it like, Ma?
Fucking amazing. I dare say it may have changed now. Despite what your dad says, it's been 40 years.
It sounds rough, Ma. I wish we could afford a doctor.
Ugh, he'd never see one anyway. They put the fear of God in him.
I know what he means. Once they get rid of you in those hospitals, God knows what'll happen.
I just think that the city would be bountiful for all of us. No, we were Liverpool's bounty, forced into squalor and into labouring for the mill owners and the farmers. Worked to death to provide those bastards with their finery, and abused into the bargain. Told we were the lowest of the low, scum in their eyes. It's amazing your dad may have made it this far. We've seen the workhouse more than once too.
Liverpool's bounty, that's a joke. We got out though, and that was the making of us. We're not doing so bad now. Lincolnshire's all right.
More like Mayo than Liverpool, that is for sure. We were not Liverpool's bounty for long. We escaped the worst of it, and like your in-laws.
Yeah, The Denisons were Oldham's bounty, which is not much different. They prefer it here, though, and my Bridget can barely remember her life back there now.
Paddy. Gone. Poor old bugger. He's breathed his last. The boat has stopped trailing now. Bless him.
Oh, Ma.
He got Liverpool bounty all right. It was a great city for us to stop at, to break a journey in, knowing we could move beyond it. But we're all in a good place thanks to Liverpool. I wish all those thousands more who landed there could say the same. Good God, he had no priest. Oh, go run, fetch him, quick. Well, Da, the ship has reached Liverpool at last. You'd best prepare yourself. We have to find a good place. You cannot stay here for long. Look at it. This fucking dock is alive with humans. Alive. And the same amount of dead by the look of it. Come on, stir yourself, Da. We need to find out where's the best place. Like, this is hell. Watch yourself as you get off this bucket. That fucking water looks like the darkest syrup. You go down to the bottom of the dock if you fell in, and you'd never get back up. Oh, steady, Da. I'm worn out, Da. That was a hellish journey. Isn't it the most pitiful story that ever touched heart to the core? Today we saw Owen to glory, from Cregan Elaine to Falmore. Such wailing and loud lamentation were ne'er heard.